This is an orthokeratology case where the patient has worn ortho-K lenses for a number of years and has also worn a few different designs of lenses. Currently, the patient is wearing semi-sclerals, and if we look at the post-wear topographies, we're getting very nicely demarcated treatment zones. They are decentered a little bit inferiorly, which is slightly unusual for scleral lenses, but I believe this patient has very, very tight eyelids, and you can even see them in the topography. Looks like you're doing your best to get them out of the way, but some of these patients just anatomically are going to be difficult. So it looks like the lids are pushing the lenses down a little bit. We're getting good sized treatment zones though, and if the patient doesn't have any complaints of glare and halos, it looks like the only thing we want to do is address the remaining refractive error, and then also see if we can get the lenses to be a little bit more comfortable to wear. So I'm going to bring up the lenses themselves, and we have the right eye and the left eye. In the right eye, I believe the residual myopia was -75, -75, and I would go ahead and just build a diopter into these lenses. So if our current power is 134, then we want our new power to be 234. So in 100% mode, we're just going to click up a few times until we're at target. Okay, that's pretty close. I do like to go into 25% mode after doing that and just even out the meridians, because some of these can be a little bit closer to 234. Okay, so it looks like we're pretty even all the way around. So this lens, we've got about a diopter more demand, and that should take care of the residual myopia. As far as the inferior decentration, possibly making the center thickness a little bit thinner, and then increasing the, I think I already did it here. Yeah, I pulled the front OZ from 8 millimeters out to 9 just to give the lens a little bit more mass in the mid periphery and periphery. Might help the lens to squeeze a little bit higher on the eye, but then with thinner lenses, sometimes we have issues with the lenses cracking too. So I'm not too concerned about the centration as long as the patient is comfortable with the vision. But the added power should help with the residual myopia. And then as far as comfort on the lens, on the left lens, there was comment that the edge of the lens looked like it was standing off a little bit. And the way you want to address that is by increasing the edge angle. So I believe the edge looked, according to the report, the edge looked okay on the right eye. I really do like anterior segment OCT. For looking at the edge of the lens, you get a really good idea of what that lens edge is really doing on the sclera. But if this one looked okay, I think it's alright to leave it alone and just get rid of that residual myopia. In the left eye, the remaining refractive error was, I think, closer to 3/4 of a diopter EDS, and we can build that right in too. So we look for a final power of +2. Pretty close there. That's pretty close too. I think we can make this one closer. Okay. And then because the edge seemed like it was standing off a little bit, I think we're at a 40 right now. Yeah, so we just want to go to a 41. That edge will land faster onto the sclera. I usually like to change in 1 degree increments unless there's obvious edge fluting where the lens is definitely separated from the sclera. Then you need to make a bigger change. But if all you want to do is tighten things up a little bit, I would go by a diopter. So we're just going to bring the edge lift down until we're at 41. And a little bit too much. Okay, 41. So we added a little bit more demand to this lens to take care of the refractive error, and then also brought the edge down a little bit to see if it will not come into contact with the lids as much as it is now. So hopefully this helps the patient see a little bit better and get a little bit better comfort with the lens. Best of luck, and thanks for watching.